Everybody, what is up? What is good? The Wolf is here with another The Division beta, and this video we're gonna be doing so you've seen in the last video like street side and doing some like side missions street side and doing the missions in the first video that I put up. So in this video there is a side mission called Water Supply, and I think it really just shows the depths that the game also kind of goes at. This, tell the absolute truth, this mission kind of reminds me of like Spider-Man back in the day on like the PS2, I think it was, or PS1, something like that, when you go into the subways and everything. Well, that's what we're going to be doing in this side mission. Is totally a side mission of going into subways, and you get to see kind of the depths of the map and the different areas that, this game is not just street side. There is a lot of shootouts and a lot of stuff that happens street side. There's a lot of buildings you can go into, but it's even multi-dimensional, in the fact that you have shootouts. There's a full subway system. There is a full underground built into the game, and not just in the single player or PvE, player versus environment, or player versus computer, whichever way you want to say it. Impromptu shootout right here. Shout out to the coolness on that. So in a lot of ways it also kind of reminds me of GTA 5, the way that map always, like the new San Andreas, the new Los Santos, has a lot of depths in between oceans and subways, and but I think this map might even do it a little bit more. I don't know how big the map is going to be. It does seem pretty big just from the beta itself. So but this map takes you, I didn't actually time it out. I bet you somebody probably did, but I'm pretty sure it took me around the 20-minute mark, I think. 15-20 minutes to get from, and this is just one little section of of the map in the beta that they got featured in here. Like all of New York City, I'm pretty sure is going to be featured in this game. So it takes you about 15-20 minutes to get from just one end of the map to the other end of the map on this little chunk of the beta. So I can just only imagine what the full map of New York City is going to be looking like on the actual game itself. I was doing the little grenade run trick, and I kind of learned my lesson of like, yeah, you might want to equip your weapon before you get into the gunfights. I ran right in there. I'm like, oh, I got a grenade in hand. Oh no. But here's a cool one too. In the middle of the fight, there's even a grenade next to me and everything, and I go and switch over to a shotgun from a sniper rifle and like pull the gun out. Like, you were literally holding on to an unlimited amount of weapons in this game, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, which I think is actually kind of cool. Like, you're not just like, oh, I got my sniper rifle selected and there's like no way of getting into my inventory system without going and equipping another weapon and this and that stuff. Kind of GTA-ish also in that aspect too. Like GTA, you could scroll through the weapon wheels and stuff and select like sniper rifles and everything you had. It might even be a little bit easier in GTA. Maybe they could take a cue off from GTA. Now I'm sitting here kind of watching the video and thinking about it and everything. You know what? I'll give you a little bit of a heads up in my editing right quick. So the way I edit is I find all the action points of the videos, and sometimes a little bit of running around parts. Like if I want to really show off the map, I'll do that. So I don't fully watch the video all the way through until I'm sitting here recording it, and then I have things that are just like, I kind of like record on the fly with the commentary. So if I ever kind of stumble, or I have like a sort of like a you know what I'm trying to say. I forget, or I run out of things to say for a second. That's the reason why. Anyway, so back to the game. So analyzing data, and this is another type of little mission where you're actually kind of tracking, kind of like Batman style. You're tracking where the evidence leads to, and right here I was trying to literally figure out, I'm like, how in the hell does this work? Like, I was remembering from the alpha I actually stumbled upon this mission. I was like, this looks really familiar, and it wasn't until I got like going down to the subway, I'm like, oh yeah, right. And we do have some animals in this. Like, one thing GTA never had was animals. I wish you could have. I was such a flashback to Fallout right here. If you play Fallout, you know that once you get over to the Red Rocket Cafe or Garage, excuse me, then you end up having a dog companion. And I'm like, oh man, I was trying to teach him how to roll and everything. But the dogs, they just get scared. Maybe, possibly, who knows? Maybe in the full game we could have maybe a dog companion. That'd be pretty cool. I'd really like to see that. A dog could possibly really help you out. I accidentally, because I got the Elite controller and I totally accidentally hit the, what was it? I think I had the bumpers there. Jeez, I'm blanking on the names here, man. I had the bumpers mapped to a couple of my, my back pals, and I was like, oh, oops. So yeah. We're going into the subways, and like I said, this is a really, really good and easy way of showing you guys the depths of the map. So it's not just one-dimensional running around the streets and inside a few buildings. It is like there's a lot of buildings.
Intercepting radio transmission.
I don't want to talk over the story stuff, so.
City's water pressure. They're putting out our fires faster than we can start them. We can't let them get in the way of the job.
Alright, so I think what I might actually do is I might actually let this go, and you can check out the shootout. You can check out, like get a really in-depth thing of like what the underground side missions are, kind of similar to the ground level, whatever you want to say, missions, but it is pretty cool. So I'll let this ride out to the mission.
Most people are dirty. Just look at them. Got another job, Quill.
Warning. Water pressure at critical levels. Warning. Hostile forces approaching. Warning. Hostile forces approaching. Warning. Water pressure at critical levels. Warning. Hostile forces approaching. Warning. Hostile forces approaching. pressure stabilizing. Confirmed. Water pressure restored to normal. No hostile activity detected.
Alright, so as you've seen, that right there is a little bit of a taste of the underground missions, which it is pretty much just a big shootout. I don't know, they might have more investigative style missions, kind of like the Batman Arkham series did, where you gotta find like bullet holes and entry points and stuff like that. So the rest of this is going to be pretty much just me heading back to no. I do a couple more shootouts. That's right too. So gotta head back home after pretty much every mission that you do. You usually end up heading back to your HQ, your HUD, just because your backpack's full and you gotta get rid of some stuff, and so you can get more stuff later on. You know how scavenging works. You see it in games a million times over again. So when I got back here, I was actually checking around for collectibles and stuff, and I never did get all the collectibles in the beta, so it'll be kind of fun, the full game. I have not actually pre-ordered the full game yet, which I am definitely going to get around to doing that. I know it's like the 8th of next month or something like that is when the game releases. I can't wait for it. It's going to be cool. It's going to be awesome. I've actually not had this much fun at beta since Destiny. I really did like Destiny a lot. I just, as I said, I think in my last video, just kind of got bored of it in the Homefront video that I did because I don't know, I ran out of things to do in it. I started doing the missions over and over again. I was like, I got more games to play. So that's the reason why you haven't seen me do any more Destiny. Is just and like Destiny, I did that like literally I did Destiny. I really wanted to. So when I was running down the street, I'm like, there's a bicycle right there. I'm like, why can't hopefully in the full game we have modes of transportation, especially if the map is huge like that. Hopefully it's not just like, okay, so now you teleport over to this location, teleport over to that location. Hopefully you can get like a bicycle or something, because I mean New York is known for everybody riding around bicycles and taking taxis and stuff like that. So maybe I don't really think it's like stealing cars and doing that type of stuff would really fit with this type of game. But bicycles definitely, maybe like skateboards or something. I don't know. Anything that's not really like, even maybe possibly going out on a limb, electric scooter or something, and that be like the highest grade or whatever, or like a dirt bike, something like that. Especially maybe if you're getting over next to like, I want to say Manhattan area and like Times Square and stuff like that, where it is kind of a little more wide open and stuff, be able to run around with, and who knows, that those might even be dark zones too. Like I've been noticing in the dark zones, which it's a good thing I'm bringing up dark zones. I definitely have a crazy dark zone video. I'm working on it right now, editing it and getting it ready, put up on YouTube. I definitely gotta say the dark zone. I played H1Z1. I got it for the PC, played it a few times, and the dark zone on this game is like H1Z1 on freaking steroids. Okay, it is nuts. It's totally adrenaline rush. It's totally survival, of the fittest, of the smartest, though, because it really comes down to the way I was playing it anyway. There's multiple different ways of playing the DZ, or Dark Zones, which I will go into way more in depth in the video, and I'll let you actually watch the full thing of probably without commentary for the most part, just because you'll see just like my mind is at work over time. Enemies with this purple too, I would really like to say, is they're like hard. So orange enemies are like normal difficulty. Hard difficulty is purple enemies. So if you get into a fight, you gotta be careful and be wary of that. But they do drop better stuff. So that bag right there, as you'll see me, I'm pretty sure. Okay, yeah, go and grab this stuff. I do check out the bag, and like I had a couple rare bags I picked up, and they had one less slot than the regular bag that I was carrying. So I was like, no, I'll just keep the regular bag that I was carrying. doing a little fast forward action because after I went through and did all the inventory management and all that stuff, I'm like, well, okay, we're gonna go over to this drone. We're gonna check out the drone, see what that's all about, and yeah, just haul ass over there. Hi, we pull up to this place, and it is Shootout Central. You got guys with baseball bats trying to knock you upside the head. And by this time, I was really getting into the roll mechanics and stuff too. So you'll see me start, hitting rolls every once in a while. I started going like cowboy style. So do a shootout, get the drone. Just little side missions that I'm noticing a lot. Look at that from the hip. What's more gangster than shooting your gun sideways is shooting from the hip and see right there, cowboy style. So we're just doing shootouts after shootouts, and that was an M1911 pistol. And to tell the truth, I'm a big fan of revolvers, but I think the 1911 actually worked a little bit better than the revolvers on this. The revolvers didn't have as much kick as what they should. They might end up making them a little more powerful in the actual full release, but in the beta, yeah, it was definitely a gun that like when you got I think it was a 357, something like that, they pretty much, it was just like not really doing much damage. 1911, you could reload it quickly, nice fire rate to it. Handling was pretty decent. It could get away from you a little bit, but yeah, this was actually the second time coming around this drone area too. I was like, what in the hell is that sound? But I didn't have it, like it glitched on me the first time I was over here, and it never showed me any drone stuff. So I was like, okay, so I just walked by, and then I came back here, did the shootout, and finally got it. I checked out the crash drones and the info and stuff like that just before I clicked the beta off the last time. Like that was pretty much the final thing I did. I didn't record any of it just because it's kind of like it gives away a little bit of story stuff and whatnot, and you can go through and collect all that stuff and see it for yourself. I didn't want to have any spoilers or whatever for people that like to go through and get a lot of collectibles and stuff and see a little more of the backstory and whatnot. So yeah, just running around collecting collectibles, impromptu shootout again. That's why actually one of the things I really do love about free roam games is the incident of sometimes you have shootouts that you get overwhelmed, and it's just like it makes your pulse race, and you're like, whoa, am I going to survive this? And then you feel like a badass when you do survive it, and if you don't, then it's like, I need to upgrade my guns. GTA does that a lot too. If you go into the wrong parts of the hood in GTA and you shoot one person, you have 50 people after you with everything from machine guns to pistols and everything, so, and shotguns and stuff like that. So another reason why I add this part, just run back to home base, is because I wanted to show that it's not always just clear. You do have some snow effects on this game. This game looks great. It is awesome looking, so awesome looking. I've seen a little bit of the PC version of it on Ultra Settings. Beautiful, amazing. I was trying to do a hood slide right there, not in the game. But I think that is mostly what this video is going to be. So with that being said, thanks for coming through, checking out, hanging out for a minute. Let me talk your ear off about what's in this game, what the game is all about, and all that stuff. And yeah, as I always be saying, if you like the video, you can hit that thumbs up button. You can share the video around, and as always, of course, I made my intro a little bit too long right here, and I'm trying to as always, of course, anyways, if you subscribe to the channel, it's going to make sure to stay tuned for all new videos coming soon.